This is a person who is trained in transcript production and who aids the court reporter in editing and proofreading court and deposition documents for delivery. Not all court reporters use the services of a Scopus, but those who do find that they can spend more time in the courtroom situation actually writing in their steno machine, thus using his or her time more efficiently. The act of scoping involves transcript production by using specialized software. A typical Scopus scenario begins with the court reporter recording a legal proceeding. The court reporter, using a stenograph machine, records the trial and saves it onto a disk at the internal memory in the computerized shorthand machine. At the completion of the proceeding, the stenographic data is translated by the court reporter. And you know, we all know this. I'm not going to go over all of this stuff in detail, but we kind of know what it is. Court reporter goes to a deposition, takes it down, they bring it back, you know, and the way that we used to do it was, you know, we read the job in, you know, like I was telling you guys, you know, for some reason it doesn't write on the computer. You're doing it real time. We weren't doing real time back then. We didn't have real time back then, you know. So what we did was, you know, you read this thing in. Well, now you still have it. You still have that little SD card that writes everything onto it. So, if, you know, if you still have to read it in, you read it into the computer. It goes, it translates it into the English that the dictionary that the court reporter has built up, and then the transcriptionist goes through there, or the Scopus goes through there, and you just listen to it again. Make sure that everything is correct, grammar is correct, you know, names and stuff like that. If it's a new word that he or she doesn't have in the dictionary, then you define it for them, you know, and that's pretty much what a Scopus does. The pay a Scopus receives is usually commensurate with his or her skill. A Scopus who does a good job and has been working for a long period of time will receive more pay than a person who is just beginning. Scopus may be paid by the page or by the hour, dependent upon the degree of difficulty for the material. For example, Scopus are paid $1 per page and is able to edit and produce 200 or more pages a day, or he or she can earn as much as they can earn up to $200 in one day. Higher page rates for more technical work and faster deadlines will result in the higher earnings. And that's usually about what it is. It's usually about $1 a page, you know, and proofreaders is about 40 cents, I think, a page. So, you know, but the better you are, the more money you can make. But I mean, you know, if you're going to school and $200 in a day, not bad. Not bad for a day. You know, it's something that I think is good to do, you know, if you are in school, because I mean, it gets you on the software itself, and you get to know the setup and everything and the way certain reporters do it. So it's kind of good. I mean, if you have the opportunity to do it, it would be good. Miscellaneous reporting opportunities. The umbrella of court reporting covers many different occupations that use the skill of court reporting. Some are more known than others. For example, official reporting, freelance reporting, broadcast captioning, and so on. Others may not be as well known or as considered viable alternative careers for those trained in the skill of court reporting. Webcasting or cyber conferencing. Large corporations may hire captioning firms to use their real-time reporters to record live conferences, meetings, or conventions for instant transmission over the internet to corporate members, stockholders, board of directors, and other subscribers. The reporter does not have to be present at the conference or meeting as long as he or she has an audio feed of the event. As the reporter listens to the proceedings, what is spoken is written in the steno machine and instantly translated and distributed over the internet. Whitney does that, I believe. I think Kissingberry does it too. I think he does Rush Limbaugh.
Oh, that's what I heard,
Yeah. Have you guys ever heard that?
Yeah.
Rush?
Yeah.
Holy cow.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And
And if you call him, which fast too, because if not, you're a goner.
He's hanging up on you. Rapid data entry. The term rapid data entry, as used in the court reporting field, relates to reporters using their skill to input textual information using the shorthand machine rather than the regular computer keyboard. There are many advantages to using a person who can write at a speed of excess of 200 words per minute, or be compared to a typist who can type 60 to 100 words per minute. Some rapid data entry experts receive information in the form of files, tapes, videos, and other media, and type or retype them using their steno machine. There are many people who work at home as data entry specialists. People who work at home usually use a computer keyboard as their method of input. The information that is entered is stored and is sent by internet back to the main contractor or company, and it stands to reason that the faster the person can enter data, the more money he or she will make, and the fastest way to enter the data is using the skill of court reporting. It has been estimated that there is as many as 40 million people who work out of their home in some capacity or another. Court reporters who do rapid data entry are fast becoming an increasing part of that figure. Kind of cool. I think that's pretty much it on that. Starting a business.
Yeah. They need to get out of school first. And even when you do,
Get a bachelor's degree in business
Yeah.
management.
Yeah. So discuss some of the personal qualifications that are considered in owning a business. Discuss some of the common characteristics of a small business owner. Explain why it takes a personal commitment to be a small business owner. Define the home environment considerations of owning a business. List the preliminary steps in starting your own business. Explain what a business plan is and how to create it. And list some of the points that should be considered in answering the question, are you ready to start your own business? Yeah, exactly.
I've done it before now, I don't ever do it.
yeah, it's tough. It's tough. You know, and you have to meet certain requirements, you know, for the IRS in order to, you know, do it, to own a business. You know, you have to, you know, start showing profit within 2 years. You know, you can only show a loss for
I just
like
didn't
2
like
years
that. I
or
was
something.
the last one to get paid about money.
Oh, yeah.
And I just found out, I just rather work for someone, put in my 40 hours or even overtime and
Yeah.
have a guaranteed paycheck.
Yeah.
Versus you don't know. if
You know, and it just all depends, you know. Some people believe, and it's true. I mean, you'll never be rich working for somebody else.
No, you won't.
Can you live comfortably? Less the headache?
But if you have your own business, like I was with, I did a lot of importing, but you don't know if you're gonna have a sale or not. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of hard too.
Yeah. You know, and it's kind of like, you know, to me, I kind of equated it to like, freelance reporting. I mean, you know, you don't work, you don't get paid.
Yeah.
You don't get paid, other stuff doesn't get paid. You know, whatever. Working down here in the county, I know I'm getting a paycheck.
Exactly.
You know, so it's tough. You know, and being a freelance court reporter is like owning your own business. It's owning your own business. You know, you get work from other people, and you know, if there's not work, then you don't get paid, and if you don't work, then you don't get paid, and if you want to work, you get paid, and if you want to work a lot, you can get paid a lot. So it all depends on what you want to do, you know.
So, the personal qualifications for owning and operating a business. Some of the characteristics would include the ability to persevere through difficult times.
Yeah, I mean, there's going to be some difficult times, you know.
The strong desire to be your own boss, the ability to make relatively sound judgment in life, the ability to conceptualize the entire picture of a business, and possessing a high level of energy and being able to sustain long hours. That's completely true. You know, your average week is going to be a 40, plus, way plus. You know, when you're the owner, I mean, you have to make sure that everybody's taken care of. And, like you were saying, you're the last one to get paid.
You're basically married to the business.
Yeah, you are. And until it gets off the ground, I mean, it's hard. It's hard stuff. Personal commitment required to own your own business. When starting one's own business, there are many things that need to be taken into consideration. Perhaps the most important is the owner's personal commitment to operating the business. And, as a freelance court reporter, that's what you're doing. And I just explained that. I mean, you own your own business, and you have to be committed to what you do. If you want to be lazy and whatever, I mean, I don't want to work. I'll take one depot a week. Help yourself, And you may make some money, but not that you're going to get, rich at this, but I mean, you can earn a very handsome living. But, I mean, you have to be willing to work. It's like anything, Starting a new business will take time and a great deal of effort. Therefore, one must consider any current commitments and obligations that will impinge upon the time necessary to make the business successful. When starting up a business, it is important to consider one's current financial situation. This will help in determining whether or not a small business loan will be required and how much you will have to borrow. Yeah. Home environment. When setting up a home office, there are many personal issues that need to be taken into consideration. 1. All business decisions must be discussed with pertinent family members. A business phone line should be set up that is separate from the normal day-to-day household phone. A specific protocol should be set up regarding how to handle family and friends who make unannounced business during working hours. And if possible, specific hours should be set aside to run the business, and arrangement should be made to have a day off. The needs of all family members have to be considered in setting up a home office. The question of whether or not you will employ family members in your business should be addressed. And if you have small children, special considerations may need to be made regarding babysitters and daycare, when the office location within the house is very important. You will want to set it up in a location that is away from the household traffic flow and yet easily accessible. Preliminary steps in starting your own business. One of the first things you will want to do in setting up your business is select a name that says exactly what your business is. Well, as a court reporter, you don't have to. Unless you're going to run your own business, then. But if not, you work for the firm, so it's not that big of a deal. For example, a court reporting freelancer who has chosen the name of his business, John Smith Freelancing, would find that the name is far too general. People reading the name for the first time would wonder what type of freelancing the owner offers. Perhaps freelance photography, for example. A better descriptive name of the business would be Smith's Freelance Reporting. And that's true. Considerations should be made regarding whether or not doing business as a DBA form is required and what is required in terms of taxes, bank accounts, credit cards, and acquiring an employer identification number from the IRS. Creating the business, developing a successful business plan with drafting a business plan. The success or failure of the business often depends on the content of the business plan itself. A business plan is a written document that describes how you will run your business. It covers some basic areas of consideration, including product development, marketing, sales, operations, personnel, finances, and management. In each of these areas, your business plan will describe the results you will want to achieve, the activities that you need to do to achieve them, the resources, money, people, time, equipment required to perform these activities, and the criteria that you will use to evaluate the results and the reasons you believe the plan will succeed. The cover sheet for your business plan identifies the business, the owners, and the location, telephone number, and email. And all of this goes into, I mean, really starting your own business, you know, which is gonna take more than just reading this book.
I like this chapter, I'm gonna go start my own scooping business today.
Let me know how that works out.
So we're not gonna go over any of that stuff, guys. I don't think it has anything to do with, you know, court reporting and stuff like that. If you ever decide that you're gonna go into court reporting and own your own business firm, trust me. Yeah, you're gonna have to take some business classes and know someone that's already in the business to, you know, kind of help you or whatever. You're not gonna get it out of this book, okay? But, do you have any questions about any of that stuff? Any of the stuff that we covered tonight?
The last chapters were relatively easy, self-explanatory.
Yeah, and relatively had nothing to do with what we do, but whatever. So,
Next week, criminal?
next week is criminal and maybe county. So I'm trying to get, you know, a county court reporter to come and speak. I have the criminal, and her name is Debbie Jimenez. She's gonna come and speak to us about, you know, how she got started
I know
and,
Debbie.
huh?
I know Debbie.
Yeah, little Debbie?
Yeah.
Yeah. So please try to make it, guys. And
She can't be on.
It's Monday, right?
it's Monday
At 6?
at 6. It's Monday at 6. So
You should
everyone be here, okay?
Ask Yvonne Nino.
Well, she's not county. She's juvenile.
What's the difference?
We need
Big.
juvenile, get
Big.
juvenile in here too.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, why not juvenile? Why can't we?
They're their own.
Yeah. Yeah, they're kind of their own little thing, and kind of like our stuff kind of deals with some of their stuff. It's all family law and whatever. County court is a little bit different. So I'm going to try to get, you know, somebody from county court to come and speak to us too. So if I can, I'll have 2 speakers that come to speak to us on Monday. So I need you guys to be here on Monday. Have questions that you think that would be pertinent to what these guys do. You know, how long you keep your notes, how you got started.
It's 12 years, right? for
Yeah,
criminal?
I think it's 12. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's
10 for
12.
federal, 3 for
You know, what they do
civil.
with their exhibits, you know, stuff like that. Okay? Okay, guys, we'll see y'all next week.
Very good.
Monday.
Hasta Monday.
Do you remember